This tutorial is simply some of the basic structure for HTML programs. First thing we need, for us, we need to be working with Notepad. Notepad, we simply click over here to start, and you can see my Notepad right up there, but you can go ahead and see, either type in Notepad, and then simply go ahead, right click, and just create yourself a shortcut. There you go. And the other way is simply to find it. Most of the time Notepad can be found, all programs, in the accessories folder. So let's go over here to find accessories, and again you'll find Notepad, and simply again same right click, send to, shortcut to desktop. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about really quickly, I am working with Windows 7, so we're going to use Explorer and Notepad. There's a couple of quick shortcuts. I'll leave them on the notes. Alt-Tab, which means all I want to do is do something in Notepad, update it in Windows. I mean, not Windows, Explorer. So I'm just going to quickly jump from Explorer to Notepad, Notepad to Explorer, Explorer to Notepad. Alt-Tab is one, Win-Tab, and Alt-Escape is the other. Okay, let's get started. So let's get to, hey, I want to have my first web page. So we go ahead, by default, Notepad is a text editor. So when we save it, we have to save it with a special extension, .html. But for now, let's just go ahead and start. Let's start with the first line, parentheses, doctype, HTML. This basically tells us, it tells a browser, the browser, I'm dealing with HTML5. Okay, and then we're going to have a head section. A head section means I'm talking to the browser, I'm talking to sometimes the server in which the browser is the web page is hosted on, etc., etc. For now, we're just starting out. We're going to start title. So the title of my web page is first web page. Or again, doesn't matter here, whatever you like to type. Most HTML commands have a beginning and an ending. We signify the ending with slash and then whatever the HTML command is, in this case title. Next thing we're going to do is, again, we're done with the head section. That's for us, that's all we're going to do here. So again, we're going to do slash head, and there you go. Now we'll go ahead and do our body command. Body command is saying, okay, what do I want to display on the browser? Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is type some lines. I have this. This is my first web page. First web page. There you go. Now we're going to end the body command, and then end the HTML program. Okay. Now again, what we need to do is we need to save this to our desktop. At this time, there's a little JavaScript that runs in the background that sometimes causes us problems if I save this to my network drive. So as I have it, I tend to save it always to my desktop. So we'll do File, Save As, first program, or first web. Now here's our first web dot HTML. If you don't do this, it'll save it as a text file. Then go ahead and press, in this case, desktop, and I'm going to save it. Okay, there you go. Now, if you saved it right, you should have a program. Here, I'm going to bring it over to this screen here, so I think you guys should see this on the video. Okay, if it doesn't, if you have Chrome or have something else, really quickly right-click, and then go to Properties. Properties, just change your association. For us, we have problems with Chrome, but you can go ahead and select whatever it is you want to open it with. If you don't have it signaled to Internet Explorer, then just go ahead and select that association so that when you save a file with -HTML, you notice I've changed it to Chrome. Again, I have security issues with Chrome, so I'm going to change it back to Internet Explorer, press OK, and then I've got it updated to Internet Explorer. Now really quickly, I double click and I get my web page. Okay, so first comment. Oh, there you go, seems to work. Where's my title? There's my title right up here. first web page, and this is my web page. Now, you may have noticed, man, that's not what you typed. For HTML, it is, let's go ahead, what I'm going to do is just jump back and forth between these two pages. For most browsers are space agnostic, in the sense that it ignores spaces. If I want new lines, I need to tell the browser I want new lines. We do this with, the first one is a simple tag, so BR, which means break. Look, just start me a new line. So as soon as it sees that tag, this is one of the rare exceptions. I have one flag HTML commands. BR is one of them. Another one is P. What's the difference? BR means I simply start a new line. P means I start a new line, but skip one additional line. So let's see what it is. So again, guys, get in the habit of control. We're going to use some shortcuts. If you can't memorize it at first, File, Save. Just hit Control S. You've saved it as an HTML file. So all you got to do is hit Control S, shrink it, or tab over, and then just refresh or F5, and you'll get exactly what it is you made. Okay? So anyway, your first lesson in the basic structure of HTML.